Good morning students and welcome to your science class. In the previous class we had started with this chapter number 3 of your science textbook, synthetic fibers and plastics. We have learned about the natural and artificial fibers, how they are synthesized, the artificial fibers or the man-made fibers, how they are synthesized in laboratories and factories in the form of polymer, which is a con- which is a combined unit of different types of monomers. By definition, we had seen what is a monomer and what is a polymer. Then we had seen the types of synthetic fibers, in which we have learnt about rayon, which is known as artificial silk, and nylon, which is the first complete, or you can say first fully synthesized synthetic fiber or fully artificial synthetic fiber. Now, today we are going to learn about the two more types of synthetic fibers. The one is polyester, the second one is acrylic. Let's start with polyester. As we have seen, a polymer is made up of many units of a monomer. Monomer is a single unit of a kind of chemical. Here in polyester, the kind of chemical which is used is the ester. So many units of ester combine together to make a polyester, to make polyester chain, and that polyester chain is nothing but the polyester fiber. Now what are esters? Let us learn something about esters. Esters are the chemical compounds which are present in fruits. As the fruits get ripened up or they get matured, a sweet smell arises from the fruit, which is an indication of the ripening of the fruit. So that fruity flavor or the sweet smelling substance is known as ester. Now this ester, when many units of ester combine together, it makes polyester. Now polyester is a fiber which is used to make the polyester fabric, and this fabric has the specific characteristics. The two characteristics for which it is famous is the polyester fabric is wrinkle free. It is wrinkle free, that means there is no kind of wrinkles created and there is no need to iron the cloths. Then it is easier to wash as compared to our natural fibers like wool, cotton, jute. The polyester fibers are easy to wash. No stains could be adhere easily to the polyester fiber. Then they are used in a combination. The polyester material is used in a combination of either cotton, wool or terylene. Now what is terylene? Terylene is also a kind of polyester which is more randomly used. Okay, it is one of the kind of famous polyester fiber which is used, and this fiber has some specificity due to which it is used for making the fabric, as it gives us very fine fibers. Okay, the terylene fibers are very fine and they could be used in making your dress materials. Now as we have seen the polycot, so polycot is polyester plus cotton, the material which consists of or which combines polyester along with cotton is known as polycot. Similarly polywool we have, that is polyester when combined with wool, it is known as polywool. Then terrycot, again the terylene is combined with cotton. Terylene is a kind of polyester. It is when combined with cotton it gives you terrycot. You must have heard about this term terrycot. Now there is one more term that you must have heard or you must be very familiar with, that is PET. Have you heard about the terms PET bottles? The PET bottles of Pepsi and Coca-Cola and so on are basically used nowadays. You must have heard from your elders that at their times that those Coca-Cola or the cold drink bottles, they used to be of glass. They used to be of glass material. Nowadays, a specific kind of plastic material is used, which is known as the PET or the PET bottles. Okay. Now that PET bottle, the full form of PET is polyethylene terephthalate. Polyethylene terephthalate is a material which is very flexible. It is very fine, as we have learned that terephthalene forms very fine fibers. So the polyethylene or terephthalate, which consists of terephthalene, also is very fine. It makes your transparent bottles which are flexible, which are very fine, or you can say very thin, and they could be used for storage. They are also stronger enough to contain all those drinks which are, or aerated drinks which are present. Plus they do not react with those chemicals, or you can say the carbon dioxide which is present in the aerated drinks, and hence they are most preferable nowadays. Along with those bottles, we also have other utensils and your cling films and small fine wires which are also made up of this PET material. So with this we have completed with polyester. I hope you all have understood what are the characteristics of polyester, how they are used. Let's move on to acrylic. Now, as we have learned about rayon, that rayon is known as artificial silk. Similarly, acrylic is also associated with wool. Acrylic also has some properties similar to wool. For example, it is soft, it is light in weight, as well as it gives you a little warmth. Okay. Now, as compared to your wool, the acrylic fiber or the acrylic fabric is cheaper, as it is manufactured easily in the laboratories. So it is cheaper as compared to wool, where we have to rear and breed the animals to get the wool. Then it is light in weight, even lighter than your wool. Also, it is durable. What do you mean by this term durable? Durable means it can be used for long durations. Okay, it can be used for long durations. So it has that durability property, or it is durable. Now, due to all these characteristics, acrylic is most preferably used in comparison with the wool fiber. Then there are many different uses of these acrylic fibers. They are used in making sweaters, shawls, blankets, jackets, and so on. So many materials could be made using this acrylic material. Again, you must have heard about acrylic sheets. Okay, acrylic sheets are also present, which are used in modern kitchen or modern office cabinets are also made using this acrylic fabric, which is light in weight, and it can be molded in thin sheets. Thin sheets can be used using this acrylic material. Then there is a term petrochemicals, which is associated with all the synthetic fibers. Now the term petrochemicals is divided into two parts, petro and chemicals. So chemicals meaning is the same kind of chemical. Which kind of chemical? The petroleum based chemicals. Okay, so the petroleum based chemicals means petroleum substances are those that we get from refining the petrol. In the process of refining petrol, we get many other materials like your diesel, kerosene, wax, or other different types of materials. So all those petrochemicals are the chemicals which are used in synthesis of these artificial fibers. Okay, in synthesis or in making of these artificial or synthetic fibers, these petrochemicals are used as solvents. Solvents means, as we say that water is universal solvent. Universal solvent means almost every kind of material or almost every kind of salt or thing is soluble in water, and hence we call water as in universal solvent. So here the petrochemicals are also used for dissolving different types of substances. Now what all types of substances can be dissolved in these petrochemicals? As we have seen that polyfibers, or you can say your polymers, are nothing but they are different types of chemicals which are linked together in a chain. So all those chemicals have to be linked, and for that linking, or if we are saying suppose polycord, so polyester and cotton is linked together, or it is mixed together, combined together. For that mixing, or in a nylon, we have seen different examples where we can combine these synthetic fibers with other natural fibers, like rayon can be mixed with cotton fiber, or it can be mixed with wool fiber. Similarly, polyester could be mixed with cotton or wool, or terylene, or terylene could be mixed with cotton. So these are different examples where we are combining, or we are attaching some chemical units with each other, and for those attachment, or for those synthesis, these petrochemicals are used as solvents. Now we have seen so many characteristics of synthetic fibers, based on which we can say that synthetic fibers are very easy to use, and they give us best products, as almost all the chemicals not almost all the synthetic fibers are cheaper. They all are cheaper as compared to your natural fibers. They are lightweight as compared to your natural fibers. They are more durable, they are more stronger, and easy to wash, wrinkle free, and so on. So many characteristics we can associate with the synthetic fibers. Still, it is dangerous to use synthetic fibers at the places where there is heat associated. Okay, where there is heat or direct heating is there, using these synthetic fibers is very dangerous, as it melts on heating. Okay, so the synthetic fibers melts on heating. Whenever there is direct heat associated, the synthetic fibers, they get melted as they are heat sensitive, and due to this heat sensitivity, they easily get melted. For example, suppose there is a person who's wearing any synthetic fiber in the form of a dress material, and there is some fire associated with this, or some chemical spills, which is heat, or you can say some acid which is hot, it spills on the dress material. What will happen in a chemistry laboratory? We can consider this. So what will happen? The fiber will melt, and it will stick to the skin of the person who's wearing that synthetic fiber, and it will when removed from the skin, it will also remove the skin of the person. That's why wearing those synthetic fibers at certain places where heat is present, or like your chemistry labs or your kitchens, or any other place where heat is associated, it is very dangerous to wear those synthetic fibers. Along with that, the iron, if we are using hot iron, if we are using hot iron for ironing our dresses, then also again the synthetic fibers may catch fire, or they may get scrambled easily, or they can be melted easily. So this is one disadvantage of wearing those synthetic fibers as compared to your natural fibers. I hope you all have understood about polyester and acrylic, how they are made and how they behave, what are their characteristics, where they are used. Goodbye and have a safe day. All the best. For your further studies, we will learn about the characteristics of synthetic fibers in the next video.